Conversations with today's newsmakers from Michiana's Morning News.
We normally speak to him on Mondays, but because of the holiday, there is a Tuesday night South Bend Common Council meeting tonight. We are now joined live in the news line by Tim Scott, the president of the South Bend Common Council. My friend, happy Tuesday. Good morning. How are you?
Happy Tuesday. Pretty good.
All right, let's talk about...
we'll get it going.
Yeah, actually, I think every single work week should be a 4-day work week. I think asking us to work 5 days is just too much, but that, nobody asked me. Let's talk about this new housing development first, Tim. It's going to be in an area that I think needs development, that a lot of people had thought that would have been developed by now, and it's going to be a pretty nice deal. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Tim Firestone and his group are looking for rezoning to be able to do single-family and two-family dwellings within about 35 units within the Blackthorn Golf Course area. So, as you know, Blackthorn, professional park has been around probably about 20 years, if not a little more, and just hasn't reached its potential. So, it's time to adapt, improvise, and this is one of those things where, you might have some upscale housing within that golf course area.
Yeah, obviously that area is, as you mentioned, is underdeveloped. I mean, there's some warehouses out there and some businesses, but there's also a lot of land. The proximity to a lot of things is great, and I think that the people really thought that whole area would have been, developed a lot sooner than this.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because it is in the first district, so I go out there quite a bit. There's some beautiful properties out there, and just beautiful land, and the roads and everything are maintained by the city. So it's part of the city. If it is part of the city, we want to develop so there is tax dollars paying in for those services. Now, everybody has to remember, fire department goes out there as well as the police department, and they have to do regular patrols too. So if it's underutilized, we definitely want to make sure we're maximizing that tax base to pay for those services.
If they have to clear any trees from the Blackthorn area, any chance I can get my golf balls back that are no doubtly in those trees?
All the golf balls with MM on it will come back to you, Mark. No problem.
Chatting with Tim Scott, the president of the South Bend Common Council. What else is on the docket tonight, my friend?
We only have three other things. One other thing of interest is 121 East Hut Street. That was the weather amnesty building. The city was kind of delayed in getting that up and running this past winter. Part of that stipulation to the Common Council was it was basically an old industrial building turned into a residential area, which is improperly zoned, but we allowed it for the temporary status. That is going to get zoned back to its industrial commercial status. So that was part of the stipulation with weather amnesty to make sure, that wasn't going to be a permanent solution, while the city does look for the best location for a solution for weather amnesty and intake for the homeless. So that's going to be on the agenda tonight. And the rest is TIF. The two other bills that we have before us is TIF. Douglas Road TIF. We're basically going to shut that down with the city, so that will revert back to taxes being paid into the general fund, into the school, and everything else. And then Bill 1935 is a resolution to approve just a realignment of the TIF districts within our city. Some projects have already been realized, so we're going to do some realignment, and it actually is going to reduce the TIF size by 10%.
Details on the meeting tonight are what?
Tonight, 7 o'clock, fourth floor of the County City Building at Jefferson Lafayette, or you can watch it Facebook Live or WNIT Public Access Channel 99.
Tim Scott, my friend, he is the president of the South Bend Common Council and a huge St. Louis sports fan. Hey, I missed the Blues Bruins score last night. Any idea who won that game?
I think it was 12-0 Blues. At least that's what I was dreaming.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it was a complete dream, my friend. Have a great Tuesday. Good luck tonight. Great to see you over the weekend. We'll talk to you soon. I appreciate you.
All right, everybody have a good week.
It's my buddy Tim Scott, the president of the South Bend Common Council.
Michiana's Morning News with Mark McGill. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 95.3 Michiana's News Channel.
Podcasts by Federated Media. Podcasts by Federated Media.